So today we're going to be making the Power Rangers V-Lancer, and yes, it is adjustable.
So you want to start by cutting the handle pieces out of some cardboard, and I do have a template for this listed in the description box below. So you'll cut out 2 pieces without the trigger guard and 1 piece with the trigger guard, and then you'll just glue all those together, sandwiching the piece with the trigger guard in between the pieces without. So you get a nice little stack there. It's got some width. Then take a cardboard tube. Old wrapping paper rolls work really well. You're going to take a rectangle with the corners cut out, and the short pieces should be able to fold all the way around, and the longer pieces should be a little longer. So put some glue on the bottom of it, and you're just going to glue the short pieces all the way around. You want to be a few inches down from the end of the tube here. Leave the long pieces hanging loose, then put some glue on the top of your handle. And you're just going to glue that right in between those long flaps. And then put some glue on the flaps and glue the flaps to the handle to hold it in place securely. There should be a little bit of a gap between the tube and the trigger guard so that another cardboard tube can slide right on there. But we're not going to do that yet, so you can just slide the other cardboard tube right back off. Trim the foam so that it matches the shape of the handle, and then you're going to paint the cardboard and the craft foam with 3 coats of white school glue. Once all 3 coats are dry, you'll paint that metallic silver. Then just take a little bit of masking tape, and you're going to run along the sides of the cardboard on the handle. This will hide the corrugated edges. Just trim it so it's flush with the thickness of the cardboard handle. And there it is once it's gone all the way around. So then you're just going to paint the handle and the piece of foam that wraps up around the top metallic black. Just like that. And then down on the round part of the handle, you're going to paint a yellow circle. Once the paint is dry, go around it with some yellow puffy paint around the edge of the circle to give it some dimension. And then make the lines in the center, and then another raised circle in the center, a smaller one. So then up on the craft foam part, you're going to paint some orange, leaving a little bit of black in the middle, and then cover most of that black with some metallic blue, and then paint on your number. Since I'm doing the blue, I'm painting a 2 in here. And then the raised circle in the yellow gets painted metallic blue as well. So then take your second cardboard tube and take a piece of craft foam with rectangles cut out of it. And you're just going to wrap that around the cardboard tube just so that it doesn't go all the way around. So there should be a little bit of space at the bottom, and the rectangle's cut out. So there's a space at the bottom, and then of course the rectangle's cut out all the way around. So then cut out 2 of the fin pieces. These are also in the template. And these will get glued down on the other end about 1 inch apart from each other. And take a large piece of craft foam. You're just going to glue that up around so that it meets up at the top of the fins, and trim it so that it's the exact same shape as the fins. And then you're going to take another piece of foam and glue that across the top and trim it so that it lays flush with the edges. Then you're going to take 2 strips of cardboard, and you're going to glue those so they're about 1/2 inch away from each other on the bottom. Just like that. So you get the fins on the top and the cardboard strips on the bottom. Then paint the entire thing with 3 coats of white school glue. Do that to both ends, and then paint them both silver, metallic silver. So down on the end with the rectangles, you're going to paint the rectangles black, the indentations there. And the rest of the tube will get painted metallic black as well. And then the far end just stays metallic silver. And then take some metallic black paint, and you'll paint on some rectangles so that it kind of matches the other end, though in this case they're not indentations, they're just painted on. And then take some metallic copper. You're going to paint a metallic copper rectangle on the bottom of the flat strips. And then take that whole thing and just slide that right on to the first cardboard tube you had. And the gap in the bottom will slide right under the trigger guide. So then cut a rectangle and cut it off at a point and paint the entire thing metallic copper on both sides. And that should be able to slide right in between the two strips on the bottom. Then take a piece of cardboard, a square, and glue a rectangle on each of those squares and paint it metallic black. And then just take some magnets and cut those into rectangles. And you're just going to glue those onto that cardboard strip. You're going to glue 2 of them, one on each end. You can do that on both sides. And then you'll glue magnets onto those cardboard squares on the part without the extra rectangle. And then you'll put some glue on that rectangle piece that you glued on there. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's black, but then you'll glue that onto the copper piece. And I unfortunately did this upside down, so you want to make sure you do it right side up. But you glue one on each side, so it leaves a little gap. And so then you'll be able to slide that. The copper part goes in between the 2 strips, and the black part goes on the outside. And the magnets will hold it on, and then you can slide it up to the next set of magnets when you want it sticking out. That just clips onto the magnets just like that, so you can have it back or in. So then cut your V out of some cardboard and paint it metallic blue or whatever color that you're painting, and glue a magnet onto the 2 ends of the V, and then lay it on the lancer and glue a corresponding magnet where the ends will go, so that can just clip on and pull off, and clip on and pull off with the magnets. Going back to that copper piece, you just want to paint a copper rectangle toward the bottom of it, just like that. And then finally, you want something pointed. I'm using a puffy paint bottle, but you can also use like a top from a mustard bottle or anything, just some kind of top with a pointed end. This is an expired puffy paint bottle, which of course I always save. So you want to put a little bit of glue on it and slide it into the end of the cardboard tube and let that dry. So you get your little pointy piece sticking out. And so this is what the V-Lancer looks like when it is closed up. And again, all the pieces are movable, of course, and then you can take off the V, and you can extend the handle. And now let's watch the Ranger get their new Lancer.
Alright, my new V-Lancer's here. Oh no, blue? Oh, just once, can I have something that is not color-coded?